Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Warframe Iron Man. Last week, we went ahead and did some railjack, got it started. This week, well, it's not going to be that interesting. But we do have a goal. Actually, two. So keeping up with our themes of progression, we started progressing our railjack, getting that all situated. I would like to move ahead in the star chart and completely unlock it because that is something that we need to do. Last week, we unlocked Eris from Pluto. We did the Eris Junction. Now we can do all of Eris. And this is a pretty important planet. Or moon. I think it's a moon. There's two things that are going to come from this. The first being this mission right here. This Hive. This is a infested sabotage. And it has rewards that we're going to need to get. And we'll go over that shortly. But secondly, I want to unlock the Sedna Junction. This will go ahead and unlock Sedna. Big shocker. Once again, I just accidentally fucking scrolled over here manually. This will get us Sedna, though. And from Sedna, we complete this bottom path. We'll be able to go to the Void. And then we'll have the final branch of the Void unlocked. And everything will be good. We'll have all of this star chart unlocked for the most part. And that's a pretty big feat. But let's bring it back a little bit. We won't talk about the Void, why we want to be there. The last branch is really important. Going back to Sedna, though, I don't really have many plans for Sedna. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to do here. You've got the leveling mission of all time, Hydron, there, but I'm not really interested in the planet itself. If we go to the Eris Junction, the Sedna Eris Junction, and we look at the rewards. I thought this was a junction reward, but it's not. Anyway, here we go. Hidden messages. Requires the Eris-Sedna Junction. Why do we want the hidden messages quest? It's simple. Helmet. We get Eclipse. Because we could farm... Not even farm, really. We just do the quest and we get Mirage. And then we level her up and we gobble her up with the helmet system. And then we get Eclipse. And that is one of the helmet abilities of all time. And we'll go over that once we get it. For now, no, that's the goal. But if we tone it back even more, we've got stuff to do here on Eris. Naglar. Nagler. I don't know how to pronounce this, and I don't really care. Not important. What's important is this loot table. Bam! We love our rotation ABC reward loot tables. First column, ass. We don't really care about all that. The second column, though, big dubs. 3 mutagen samples, huge. We're gonna need 5,000, so, getting these gonna do us wonders. Now, I mean, that's not the reward we're actually looking at. The reward we're looking at are the toxin mods, the 90% toxin mods for all of our weapons. Again, those aren't the most important part. The most important parts come from rotation C. We're going to start from the bottom. This Mutalist and Alid V nav coordinate. We're going to need a couple of these. And the reason for that is because these unlock the Mutalist Alid V node. These are required to get Mesa. So we got to stockpile those. We're going to need her at some point. Our electricity 6060s, shell shock, and high voltage. We already have 2 other electricity 6060s, those being Voltaic Strike and Jolt, I believe. Okay, yes, I was right. Voltaic Strike and Jolt. These both come from Barrow, but those other 2, I don't think Barrow sells them, so we got to pick those up. So that's going to be the objective for this week's episode, but we're going to do it in style. We crafted Wukong, and by God, we got to use them. And you already know. We're coming in here. We're slapping a damn reactor on him. He is worth it. But I'm going to swap over to the simulacrum, and we'll go over what he does. Alright, we are here in the simulacrum for the second time. I had to scrap the first recording that I did of this because I realized my Wukong wasn't level 10, and I couldn't do anything with him here in the simulacrum. So, we're here now. Actually going to be able to show him off. And let's go over what the boy Wukong can do. Now, his passive. After taking fatal damage, Wukong automatically uses one of his mastered survival techniques. These techniques can only be invoked 3 times per mission. Now, what this does is this pretty much just cheats death 3 times. But every time you cheat death, you get a little buff for a short amount of time. Now, as to what these do, specifically, the first one, Primal Forces, 300% elemental damage for 60 seconds. Heavenly Cloak, invisibility for 30 seconds. Cosmic Armor, invulnerable for 30 seconds. Monkey Luck, Enemies killed yield extra loot drops for 60 seconds. Sly Alchemy orbs are 4 times more effective for 60 seconds. His first ability, Celestial Twin. Shedding part of himself, Wukong creates a twin that fights by his side. Attack at range and the twin will melee, and if you pull out your melee, he'll shoot. We know how I feel about hired help. You know, I don't like my crewmates. I haven't used a single Spectre yet. Am I gonna ban this ability? No, I don't see a reason to. And besides, in RuneScape, you too can have a buddy alongside you if you have the Arceus spellbook and you summon a skeleton or a ghost. So, the double standard is crazy sometimes. Anyway, moving on, his second ability, Cloudwalker. Evaporate into a cloud of mist and float through the battlefield, dazing any enemies and healing yourself and his twin. This ability is cracked. We'll get into why in a second. 3. Defy. This is his helmet ability. Wukong and his twins become invulnerable temporarily, and all damage that you take during this is reflected back and you get bonus armor. And then his 4, pretty self-explanatory, but it's Exalted Bow Staff. But it too has some sauce, so we'll go over all this. The first ability here, we'll spawn some enemies, and we're gonna pause their AI, but we will have to unpause it momentarily. Let's get our glaive out, and hiya! Get him! He's just another guy to get shot, but go away. Now we're moving on to his 2. We're gonna unpause these enemies' AI because, well, actually, for their next 2 abilities, we have to. Let's go over here. Oh, shit. Whoa! Let's take a little bit of damage. Look, we're healing it. Oh, how cool is that? And also, look at the movement we get. This is just so free. Now, the duration is kind of buns, but we don't have any mods other than Flow on Wukong right now, just so I had energy to show this. His stuff off. We're going to use his 1 again. Boom. Now we're going to 3. This is Defy. We're eating up damage, and we get bonus armor at the end of it. Alright, we're going to repause these enemies again. And now we're going to use the 4. I'm going to get rid of our clone, get some energy. Now, this is just an exalted weapon. Boom, we have our bow staff out. Works like any other exalted melee where, wow, we're attacking. Now, as you saw there, we did a combo finisher. Our hold forward combo does a vortex slam at the end of it. Pretty good for grouping up enemies, but we're not doing much damage because we also have to mod this. Also, something to note about this staff is its awesome slide attack. Now, that may not seem pretty crazy, but just know in the far, far future, that is going to be insane. And the reason it's insane, just to explain, is it has a fuck ton of range, and because this is an exalted weapon, it has this stat of 100% follow through, meaning that when you slide through enemies and you hit multiple, all of them take damage. Anyway, that's Wukong. He is going to be an incredible tool in our arsenal of Warframes, because he's just so goddamn cracked. Now, how are we gonna build him? So here's what I've cooked up so far. We've got Steel Charge because, you know, absolute essential in a melee character to do more melee damage, as always. Our Arcane Fury for that extra melee damage as well. Arcane Rage is here just because. We've got our Steel Fiber and Vitality, and the reason we have these on is because Wukong is probably best suited for health tanking, just because you're able to pop into his Cloudwalker and get your health back, and first time using it on a build, Fleeting Expertise. This is the corrupted mod 60-60, plus 60 ability efficiency, minus 60 ability duration. Now, the reason we go for this and we want a lot of efficiency on Wukong is because we're going to be using his cloud quite a lot, because the cloud is awesome. And we don't really need range. Range would really only affect the stun on the cloud or Defy. Defy is the ability that I'm going to probably helmet off of him. Just slap Roar on like a basic bastard. This is going to get tweaked around. This is not like a final build or anything. We have Blind Rage on for a lot of ability strength for our 4. because we're gonna try to use it. If we end up not using it much, oh well. If we have roar on, we want that to do a lot more for our weapons, so strength is good. I'm probably just going to end up taking off like message, putting narrow-minded on there right here, ability duration minus range, and this will be our first basic bitch build, I like to call it, where we just crank out strength and duration. But Wukong is made for that, so we don't have to feel bad. Yeah, he's gonna be absolutely awesome. One thing I didn't actually go over while we were here in the simulacrum, and I can't, is this guy is cracked for spy missions. And it's funny. We're done. We don't have any more spy missions to really grind out, with the exception of we could go back to the Kuva Fortress and try to get a Harrow helmet. One of the things that's so good about Wukong is this right here, right? Whoa. But did you know you could go into the cloud and go through laser gates and not get detected? Baller ass ability, baller ass character. Let's stop talking about him though, and let's go like actually do a mission with him, and instead of gassing him up, let's let him cook. All right, we're gonna just get right into it. We have a mission, and that's to get the electricity 6060s and pathogen rounds from this mission right here. We are here in the Hive mission, and you might have asked, Tormund, why did you call this a sabotage mission? It is clearly a Hive mission. To which I say, there is no difference. As you can see, we've got to get Corpus caches, and that's what we're doing. Oh, thank God we get plastids here. I still need to research the railjack stuff, and I needed 1,000 more plastids. We're gonna get that. I'm not really familiar with the Eris-Infested Corpus ship tile set and where the hidden caches spawn, but those are essential. We have to get those. As for what we do in the mission is, you can see there's those little tumors on the map marked by the triangles. When we hit them, they go away. And there's 5 per area. Don't mind that juggernaut. Once we get all 5 in the area, we go back to the main hive and we bomb it. And we do that 3 times. Yeah, this mission type isn't exciting or anything, but what's exciting is gonna be that epic loot. I turned down the in-game music because it was really loud, and it was conflicting with my variety of RuneScape OSTs. So I hope that change is a welcome one, but also I need some feedback if the game audio is too loud still. It's gonna be weird for quests. I'm gonna turn everything back up since, you know, the main focus is the quest itself. But for these, when we're just cranking shit out, getting stuff done, I'm probably just gonna like turn game audio down a lot. Another hive down. I hear one. Ooh! Alright, all the blasted hives. Now we get the awesome experience of spending 20 minutes in the mission trying to find these last caches. Hooray! Hey, another cache. Aha! The last crate was by the end. Of course it was. Bam. Let's see what we get. Out of nothing, dude. What was that? Okay, well, we got absolutely nothing from that. But that's okay. It be like that sometimes. And what I mean by that is I'm going to be doing this in the background while we go ahead with some other things. Let's make some progress toward the Sedna Junction, yeah? These first 2 things we already have done. We get some blueprints. That's fantastic. We're not using those. Now, up next, we got to defeat 5 Vomvalysts on the plains of Eidolon. It's going to be daytime, ain't it? Of course. So it leaves us with one more thing we can do, and that's defeat the Ambulas on Hades Pluto. We can do that. That's not bad. Okay, well, I'll be right back. Alright, guys. Are you ready for the most insane, mind-blowing assassinate of your life? Because here it is. Hades! The Ambulases. Your jaws are gonna drop when you see how awesome this fight is. There it is. Corpus Dick Ship. Okay, Well, no, shooting it works fine.
Quick, hack that disabled Ambulas and upload this protocol.
Alright, guys. Are you ready for the most epic, exciting... Yeah, this is it, by the way. We're doing the... This is the whole fight. We down that MOA, we hack it, and we wait for that ship to come pick it up. This is it.
You fools should have finished the job while you had the chance.
And now we wait for another one to get delivered. Here it comes. Oh. Oh, Alright, guys, don't worry. I'm going to skip ahead and save you all the trouble of... Oh, shit, hold on. We gotta dodge the lasers. Or is it just one shot? Oh, no, it tracks. Hey, watch this. Bozo. Alright. For real, though, we'll be back when the final Ambulance gets delivered. Yay, final one's getting delivered. Whoop.
You're done, fraud. This ends now. What was that? My ship? Ah! Eject the bridge module. Eject it now.
What an awesome fight that only took 10 minutes. We did get some amino nav beacons as the things you use to do the mission, but also Trinity. That's how you farm Trinity. You want to farm that? You want to do that multiple times? You want an 8-minute boss fight every time? I'm being dramatic. I did Lephantis at a low level. This shit's nothing. Now we just wait for it to be night. All right, surely it's been 17 minutes. Let's come over here. Oh, thank God. We gotta come here at nighttime. Because that's when the Vomvalysts are out. There's also something I want to try while we're here. We get in our Archwing, we come up here. Oh, shit, there he is. The Eidolon. There's no way we could break his shields, right? With the moat amp? No. Oh, that's so close. By so close, I mean we were way far off, but that's fine. We're not here for them. We are here for Vomvalyst. I don't really know how to get Vomvalysts to spawn, even. Oh, there are some. Alright, these little sentient guys out here. Also, that is a Cetus Wisp. Yoink. So we gotta come over here. Yep. Thank you, Onko. Don't care. We shoot those, and then they go into this little spectral form, and we can't damage it further, right? Wrong. Kill it. Ah! Alright, yeah, we just gotta do that a couple more times. Alright, one more. Alright. Our 5 Vomvalysts are dead. We are gonna go back to Cetus just to log that. 6 intact sentient cores. That's pretty good. Let's go drop these off at Onko. Here's 20. Bam. Oh wait, hold on. How do I rank up? Oh, I need 10. Now, we have all of these done. Just give me 1. No way. 1 cryotic, 1 intact sentient core. Oh shit, we have 20 now. Probably was 25. Let's go back. You can rank that up. Why not? Yeah, bud. Rank up. Give me the Raplex Prism. Sick. Actually, what would you want in order to rank up again? Only 20. That's pretty sick. Alright, let's get a scaffold. Oh shit, hold on. My bad. Let's get this. And let's get this brace. This will be an awesome amp whenever we decide to actually pursue crafting that, but I have to do more missions and get to the point where we can do that junction. So I will be back. Okay, we're back, and we're one mission away from the Sedna Junction. However, this is a new mission type I totally forgot about. Infested Salvage. This is how you get Nidus. Let's get into it. This is going to be an absolute blast to farm out whenever we decide to, but we're not going to now. I gotta do those Hive missions. Pick up these little things that were dropped. We gotta put them in these vaporizers. Where? I see A, but... Oh. Okay. So we just gotta kill infested enemies. They drop those, and we're trying to keep all of these pods cleansed. There we go. Thank you, Cephalon Suda. As for the drops of this, well, nothing to note. I'm not even gonna show it. We just get the Nidus pieces from Rotation C. That's... I don't know how long this actually takes to, like, compare, but this is it. This is like Infested Interception. Kind of. Oh yeah, our armor integrity. We can't be out in the goop too long. Luckily, we have our cloud. We're also picking up these anti-serum injector fragments. I'm gonna be completely honest with you folks. I do not remember what those do. I know you use them in the clan dojo for some sort of research, but I don't remember what that research was for. 120 anti-serum fragment injectors. Injector fragments. Whoops. Oh well. Sedna Junction time. Okay. Hidden messages. Awesome. We are now able to get Mirage. But we're not doing that today. We'll have to save that for probably next week, actually. I think that'd be pretty chill. However, forgot all about those Hive missions. How are we doing on those, Tormandee? Oh my goodness. We're about 10 runs in. Pretty good odds at a 5% drop chance, I think. Yeah, 1 in 5% would be 1 in 20. Anyway, high voltage. This is for rifle. Sick. We just need shell shock and we're done. Can you believe it? I can. Because it's coming. We also got a LNV segment, but who cares, man? Alright, we're about like 30 runs in or something like that. I don't know. We got pathogen rounds. Now, we can get this through realistically like 2 means. The MOAs on Jupiter dropped this, but I don't really have a reason to go farm things on Jupiter. So, this was the next best option here on Eris, and we got that. The only thing we need left is shell shock, so hopefully we're not here for 50 runs, but I know I will be.
3 days later.
Now, the reason we got the Vast Lock, we have Shattering Impact on it, is because this is going to be an armor stripping tool. Now, I admit this probably isn't the best place to show it, but I will show you in a moment where we're going to be using this for something in the future. Now, if we come over here, you can see that these Xmas units, you know, they're pretty tanky. Not only are the Xmas units with Overguard, but they've got a lot of armor. That's where the Vast Lock comes in. Or any gunblade for that matter. We do heavy attacks. We just pepper them with them. You'll see that eventually the armor is going to go down to 0. And now he got no armor. He's completely vulnerable. Now it is kind of slow here. But let me swap over and I'll show you exactly where this is going to be useful. Now once he becomes immune, or not immune, rather. Alright. He's fully spawned in. You can see we beamed him. Now, if we were to do shenanigans, I mean, the moat amp sucks cock, but, you know, once we actually get to the fighting portion of the Eidolon fight, we would be doing a lot of damage. So, the Vastalok, very important pickup. Glad we got it. what do you know? It took over 50 runs, because of course it did. But we finally got it. Shell Shock. Electricity 6060. We also got Pathogen rounds again. This is a duplicate. My god, I sure do love getting lucky. And by lucky, I mean it never happens. No, it sticks to me with a 30 gajillion times I get unlucky. Anyway, this sucked, but we got a lot of plastids. We're at 18,000 now. That's pretty good. And mutagen samples, they did not rain in like I was hoping. But, hey, we're done. I can't really show this off efficiently, but we are now at a point where we have fire, ice, and electricity 60/60s. And we're only missing the toxic one, which is coming up and very soon that we'll be able to get that. But that's going to do it for today's episode. I want to thank you guys for watching. Next week is going to be pretty exciting. I hope you enjoyed the infested shenanigans that we've gone up to this week, because there's going to be a lot more next week when we crank out some Operation Plague Star for some fully built Formas. But that don't come out for another 2 days at the time I'm recording this bit, so we got to wait a little bit. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Love you. Mwah! See you in the next one.